Imagine an island shaped by ice, fire, invasion, betrayal, and ambition. An island where every new wave of people changed its destiny, and every new leader fought to rewrite its story. This is England, but not the calm, quiet England we know today. This is the England of chaos, conquest, and survival. And its history begins long before kings and crowns. When the Ice Age ended and the seas rose, a low-lying landmass was swallowed by the waters, isolating a rugged island off Europe's coast. The first humans who reached it during the Paleolithic era had no idea they were stepping onto soil that would one day shape global empires. They hunted, wandered, and survived. But slowly, the land changed. Farming arrived. Settlements grew. The nomads began to build permanent lives. Time pushed forward into the Bronze Age, when new peoples arrived with weapons, jewelry, and tools forged from shimmering copper and bronze. These were the Celts, mysterious, artistic, deeply spiritual. They carved their presence into the earth with massive stone monuments, including the haunting circles of Stonehenge and Avebury. These stones would outlast every tribe, every king, every empire. But even then, England could not stay hidden forever. Across the Channel, the world's greatest military machine turned its gaze toward this island. Julius Caesar came first in 55 BCE and failed. But Rome does not forget. Nearly a century later, Emperor Claudius launched a new invasion, and this time, England fell. Rome transformed everything. Where mud paths once cut through forests, paved roads stretched across the countryside. Wooden huts became bustling towns with forums, aqueducts, public baths, and theaters. Traders, soldiers, and craftsmen poured in. Cultures mixed. A new hybrid people emerged, but even the mighty empire could not hold forever. As Rome weakened, its legions were recalled to defend the collapsing heart of the empire. In 410 CE, when Rome finally fell to the Visigoths, England was abandoned, Rome vulnerable and surrounded by enemies. Within decades, a desperate local ruler named Vortigern made a decision he would live to regret. He invited across the sea a band of Danish mercenaries to protect his lands from Pict and Scots invaders. But instead of defending England, they claimed it. This treachery triggered a flood of new arrivals: Angles, Saxons, and Jutes. Kingdoms splintered across the land, each battling for dominance. This brutal, shifting alliances marked the beginning of the Dark Ages. But out of that darkness came art, poetry, and the spread of Christianity. Yet peace never lasted long. From the north came the next great storm. The Vikings, fierce warriors in longships, swept across the coasts, burning villages, seizing kingdoms, and terrorizing England. Entire regions fell under their control. But eventually, through blood and resilience, England found unity under King Aethelstan. And for the first time in history, England became one kingdom. That unity would be tested in 1066, the year that changed everything. With the death of Edward the Confessor, 3 men claimed the crown. Harold Godwinson, newly crowned; Harold Hardrada, the fearsome King of Norway; and William, the Duke of Normandy. 2 invasions came in quick succession. Harold defeated the Vikings at Stamford Bridge, a victory so fierce it nearly broke his army. But days later, he faced William at Hastings, and there, Harold fell. William claimed the throne and crowned himself king on Christmas Day. The Normans took England by force and kept it by fear. Castles of stone rose over conquered towns. Land was stripped from Saxon nobles and handed to William's loyal knights. To tighten his grip, he ordered an unprecedented survey of the entire nation, the Doomsday Book, a record so complete and unforgiving that people believed its judgment was final. Centuries passed, and kings rose and fell. When King John overstepped his power, stealing from his people and crushing anyone who resisted, the nobles struck back. In 1215, they forced him to accept a document that would echo through history, the Magna Carta, a declaration that the king himself was not above the law. But England was never safe from disaster. The Black Death swept through the land, killing 1/3 of the population and leaving villages full of abandoned homes and silent fields. Charles followed, and out of the ruins rose new power. In 1485, the Tudor dynasty began with Henry VII after his victory at Bosworth Field. But it was his son, Henry VIII, who would shatter England forever. When his wife Catherine failed to give him a son, Henry tore England away from the Catholic Church, declared himself head of the Church of England, and married Anne Boleyn. When Shuf, too, failed to give him a male heir, he had her executed. 6 marriages, 1 kingdom divided, and a trail of blood that reshaped the nation. His 3 children, Edward, Mary, and Elizabeth, would each claim the throne. Young Edward died after a brief reign. Mary tried to restore Catholicism through force and fear, earning the name Bloody Mary. And when she died childless, Elizabeth became queen. Under Elizabeth I, England entered its golden age. The navy expanded, explorers sailed to the ends of the earth, and art, literature, and science flourished. But no golden age lasts forever. Elizabeth left no heir. The throne passed to James VI of Scotland. Now James I of England, uniting the crowns. But his rule faced conflict, religious division, rising debt, and the infamous gunpowder plot, where conspirators attempted to blow up Parliament. His son, Charles I, inherited the same stubborn belief in divine right. He dismissed Parliament, ruled alone, and pushed England into a brutal civil war. When the conflict ended, Charles was tried for treason and publicly executed. The first king in English history to lose his head by his own people as judgment. For a brief moment, England had no king. Oliver Cromwell ruled as Lord Protector, strict, uncompromising, and feared. But after his death, the nation restored the monarchy, and Charles II returned to take the throne. Yet the turmoil wasn't over. In 1688, when the Catholic James II's rule angered Protestant nobles, they invited William of Orange to invade. James fled the country without a fight, and William and Mary became joint monarchs. A peaceful overthrow remembered as the Glorious Revolution. The centuries rolled forward into new eras. The Georgian Age, shaped by 4 kings named George, saw the rise of modern industry, enormous wealth, and devastating loss, including the American colonies. Queen Victoria's reign ushered in the Victorian Age, a time of discovery, empire, electricity, invention, and ambition. By her death in 1902, Britain ruled over a quarter of the world and stood at the height of its global power. But the 20th century would challenge everything. Edward VII's brief, luxurious reign ended when the world plunged into the First World War, a conflict so deadly it rewrote the map of Europe. When the guns fell silent in 1918, society had changed forever. Women had stepped into roles once reserved for men and finally won the right to vote. But peace brought new struggles, strikes, economic crises, and finally, the Great Depression. In 1936, King Edward VIII shocked the world by abdicating the throne to Mary Vallis Simpson. His brother became George VI, just in time to face the horrors of the Second World War. By 1945, England was battered but unbroken. London rebuilt, the nation reinvented itself, and soon the world marched into a new age. The explosive culture of the 1960s, the rise of technology, space travel, supersonic jets, and the transformation of London into a global financial powerhouse. Yet even as the 20th century ended, England's future grew uncertain. Its empire was gone, its power was shifting, and the question remained, in the 21st century, what will England become? If you want to explore England's incredible past even deeper, check the links in the description for more captivating history. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a story from the past that still shapes our world today.